everyone. We're going to start with some mobility today. We're going to run through a full body mobility exercises. And for this, you can do all of these seated while in a chair. So feel free to grab a chair or be on the edge of your bed or edge of the sofa, whatever feels comfortable here for you. So the first thing we're going to start with is just some gentle stretching. So go ahead and extend one of your legs out and try to reach down towards those toes. And go as far as what you feel comfortable with. If you can reach your toes, great. Reach them. If you can only get to your shins, that's totally fine too. Just let this feel like a good stretch. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come on up. We're going to do the same thing with that other leg. So again, extend the opposite leg on out. Take it as straight as you can and try to reach down towards those toes. Now you are still fully seated in your chair. Don't be on too far forward on the edge of your seat. Feel pretty comfortable here and go as far as what feels good. 3, 2, 1, well done. All right, we're going to come on up from that. We're going to get into a forward fold next, and you can do this totally seated. So you're going to bring your feet out in front of you, and I like to rest my heels on the ground. And what we're going to do here is thinking about bending at the waist. So we're sitting up nice and tall, we're comfortable in our chair, and we're gently bending at the waist. You're bringing your chest towards your thighs, and you're going to reach those fingertips towards the floor. For this, you should be feeling a good stretch on the back of your legs and into your low back. And just try to relax. Take a couple deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Well done. We're going to slowly come up from that. All right, we're going to bring those legs in. We're going to continue to stretch through our lower body. So for this next one, we're going to work into a figure 4. Now there are a couple of different ways that you can do this if you can't quite get up and over into this position. So you can cross at your ankles, sit up nice and tall. You can cross one leg on top of the other, or you can try coming up and over into this figure 4. Now from here to start, let's just sit up nice and tall. Think head over shoulders, shoulders over your hips. We have that good tall posture. And if you want to get a little deeper into this stretch, add a little gentle pressure to the top of your leg. You're trying to open up in that hip a little bit more. You can also give yourself a little soft forward lean. You should feel this stretch through the glutes, into the hip, and just try to relax here. 3, 2, 1, well done. All right, we're going to unwind from that. Again, we're going to do the same thing with the other leg. So you cross where it feels the most comfortable to you. And if you want to get into this figure 4, we're just going to sit up nice and tall. First part, no matter what, we're thinking about that good posture. Heads over shoulders, shoulders over your hips. Now, if we want to get into a deeper stretch, we can add that gentle pressure to the top of our leg that's crossed over. We're trying to get it a little bit more parallel to the floor. And you can give yourself a little soft forward lean. And again, you're just trying to sink into the stretch. 3, 2, 1. Well done. All right, we're going to unwind from that. Okay, let's get into some stretching for our upper body here. So the first one that we're going to do is just a basic arm stretch. Now you can extend your arm across your chest. You can reach out straight, or if that feels a little difficult, you can wrap it around and try to pat yourself on the back. Either of these positions will work here. Your opposite arm is going to come up and hooks or squeezes that arm. So if you're out straight like this, you can hook. If you are wrapped around, you can squeeze. You should feel a good stretch through your shoulder and into your upper back. So we're just sitting here nice and tall. 2, 1, well done. We're gonna unwind. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the other arm. So for me, I'm gonna take my left arm. Again, we can extend it across the chest or wrap it around, pat yourself on the back. Opposite arm comes up, so my right arm comes and hooks. I'm reaching through those fingertips, feeling a good stretch through the shoulder. Three, 2, 1, well done. Let's unwind from that. Okay, our next one we're gonna do is going to depend upon your range of motion that you have through your shoulders. So if coming up and over and reaching back behind your back is difficult for you, you can totally cross your arm in front at your chest, whichever one feels better here. But we're gonna bring that arm, we're trying to reach down the middle of our back, and then the opposite arm's gonna come up and gently is trying to bring it a little closer to the middle of the body. So it's holding onto your elbow. You're gently pulling it in. 3, 2, 1, well done. We're gonna unwind. I do the same thing with that other arm. So my left arm comes and wraps around. Again, if this is difficult for you, you can cross here and work on this position. Totally up to you. Opposite arm can come up, grabs that elbow as you're reaching down the middle of your back. And again, breathe and relax in these stretches. 3, 2, 1, well done. All right, let's unwind from that. Okay, we're gonna continue with the upper body next. So for this one, we're gonna get into our chest stretch. So you can do this seated completely. I'm going to stand up and show you the side profile so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. We're going to interlace our hands behind our back. So we see how we're interlaced here. And you're going to gently try to just bring those hands a little bit farther away from your body to feel a good stretch through your chest. So if you're seated, you're up nice and tall, and you're just gonna bring those shoulders back. Feel this good stretch through the chest and upper body. 3, 2, 1, well done. All right, let's unwind. Okay, we're gonna now get some stretching in for our wrists. So for this, we're gonna work on some flexion and extension here. So what we're going to do is I want you to bring your one hand out in front of you and place your palm up towards the ceiling. And from here, the opposite hand is just gonna gently try to bring your fingertips down towards the ground. You're going gentle here. You're going until you feel a gentle stretch. 3, 2, 1, well done. Same arm now, rotate it so palm is down towards the ground. And same idea, you're going to bring your other hand up and try to bring those fingertips down towards the ground. Again, going as far until you feel a gentle stretch. Don't pull too hard here. 3, 2, 1, well done. All right, we'll do the same thing with that other arm. So palm up, facing the ceiling, and your left arm. Right arm's gonna gently just bring those fingertips down towards the ground. You go as far as what feels comfortable here for you through that wrist. 3, 2, 1, well done. And now rotate so palm is down. Same thing. Press those fingertips, bring them down towards the ground. 3, 2, 1, well done. All right. Let's get into some more wrist mobility. So for this next one, I'm going to bring your hands up into this prayer position. Your fingertips are going straight up towards the ceiling. Now, take your right hand, gently press it in towards your left, and you're going to take your fingertips as far over to the left as you can go and just hold. Again, you're going until you feel a gentle stretch. Shouldn't be any pain. You don't need to push through pain. Let this one feel good. 3, 2, 1, come back to center. Now take your left hand, gently press it in towards your right, You're taking those fingertips as far to the right as you can go. Again, don't need to push through pain here, so gentle stretch. 3, 2, 1, well done. Come on back to center. All right, let's shake those wrists up. Now, if you have armrests on your chair, we're gonna utilize them. If you don't have armrests at all, you can still do these and just imagine not being able to move your forearms. But if you have armrests, go ahead and place your forearms on the armrest of your chair and have your hands so they are easily hanging off the edge so we can move freely through the wrists just fine here. Okay, we're gonna work on our flexion and extension to begin with our wrists. So my hands are parallel to the floor, my palms are facing down towards the floor. I'm gonna gently press those fingertips down as far as I can go while my forearms are resting on the armrest of my chair. Again, if I don't have armrests, I'm just doing the same thing without my arms resting. All right, 3, 2, 1, we're gonna come back to center. And now we're gonna gently pull them up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1, well done. Let's do that again. So we're gonna take those fingertips down towards the ground one more time and just hold at that bottom position. 3, 2, 1, well done. We're gonna come back to center. And now we're going to gently pull them up towards the ceiling one more time. 3, 2, 1, well done. We're coming back to center. Okay, now we're gonna work through some rotation with our wrists. So again, if you have those armrests on a chair that you're using, rest your forearms there. If not, just keep your forearms nice and stable. We're not moving them. We're gonna try to rotate through our wrists. So for this one, what I like to do is make a fist with my hands and I stick my thumbs out. So currently your forearms are rested, your thumbs are sticking out towards each other. We're going to rotate, working on that rotation through our wrists. So we're gonna start to rotate and draw those thumbs so they're 2 thumbs up towards the ceiling, and then continue to rotate so they're pointed out and away. And now we're gonna rotate them back up to the ceiling and keep rotating so they're pointed in. Do that a few more times. So we're rotating up to the ceiling, continuing to rotate out. Good, rotating back up to the ceiling and continue to rotate in. Let's go twice more here through. So we're just continuing to rotate, forearms are staying, thumbs are what's moving and rotating through this motion. Good, one more time, rotate them up so your 2 thumbs up, keep rotating out, and now rotate back in, and rotate so they're pointed in. Okay, we'll shake those wrists out. Well done. All right, let's get some mobility going for our ankles and lower body. We're gonna start with the ankles. So I'm gonna bring our feet out and rest your heels on the ground. Right now my toes are pretty neutral. They're kind of pointing towards the ceiling, but I don't have them way straight up. I don't have any sort of flexion or extension going through my ankle just yet. So for this one, we're just gonna turn and take our toes as far to the left as we can, and just hold here. Good, now come back to center, and now turn your toes as far to the right as you can. And back to center. Now you're gonna try to press them all the way down towards the ground. You might not get your toes to hit the floor, that's okay. You're just trying to work through the motion you have. Back to center, and now I want you to pull them back towards your shins. You're trying to bring those toes as far back as possible. Back to center. Okay, we're gonna go through that movement one more time. So take those toes to the left. You're twisting both toes, pointing them to the left as far as you can. Then come back, and now go to the right. Good, and come back to center. Press them down towards the ground, getting them as far towards the ground as you can here. Back to center, and now pull them back towards your shins. Good, and back back to center. All right, we'll bring those feet in, tap them out. We're gonna continue on with our ankle mobility. So, for this, take your right leg and extend it out here. We're gonna make some nice big circles. So we're gonna start drawing circles with our ankles. I'm starting in the clockwise position. You decide which direction you wanna go. Just make those circles as big as you can. You're drawing them with your toes. Okay, and now switch. So, I was going clockwise, now I'm going counterclockwise. But again, you decide which direction you want, just as long as we're drawing circles in both directions does not matter. We're gonna do a couple more here. And last one, well done, all right, bring it in. Let's do the same thing with that other leg. So I'm extending my left leg out now. And I'm starting to draw circles with my toes. Getting as much movement through that ankle as I can. And you do the best you can here. If you don't have a whole lot of movement, that's okay. You're just trying this out. All right, and now switch directions. So start making circles going the other way. Maybe this feels better, maybe it doesn't. That's okay, sometimes one direction feels better than the other. We're gonna do a couple more. Beautiful, last one here. All right, whew. Bring that leg in, tap it out, okay. All right, let's continue on with getting some mobility going. So we're gonna try to work on our shoulder movement and mobility. So for this first one, we're gonna start doing those shoulder shrugs like I was just showing. So I want you sitting up nice and tall in your chair. And from here, now just shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And now drop them as far away as you can. All right, we're bringing them back up to the ears and dropping them back down. Imagine your shoulder blades rising up as you bring those shoulders up to the ears and lowering back down as you drop them away. We're going to do a couple more. Bring them up to your ears and drop them down. One more, up to those ears and drop them down. Well done. All right. Let's keep with those shoulders. We're going to start doing circles now. So we're going to draw as big of circles with our shoulders as we can. And for this, you just want to try to get as much movement as possible. So sit up nice and tall and try not to move anything else but those shoulders. I'm going to start with my circles going backwards, and you're just bringing them up to your ears, you're rolling them back, dropping them down, circling them back up to your ears. As big of circles as you can here. We're going to do a couple more. Good, everybody. Last one, we'll bring them up to your ears, roll them back, drop them down. All right. Now we're going to go forward with those circles. So one more time, bring those shoulders up to your ears. You're going to roll them forward and drop them down. Again, as big of circles going forward as you can. Maybe these feel easier to do than backwards. Maybe they feel more difficult. That's okay. Everybody's a little different. Just get as much movement through your shoulders and shoulder blades. Let's do one more. Up to those ears. Roll them forward and drop them down. All right. Shake that out for a second. Well done. Okay, let's get into our necks for this next bit. So we're going to start first with some gentle stretching. So we're going to take that left ear. I want you to try to drop your left ear down towards your left shoulder. You'll feel a stretch on the right side of your neck. Now it's important here to not shrug your shoulder. Try to keep it down and actually away from your ear. Let this feel like a good stretch. 3, 2, 1. Well done. We're going to come back to center. Now we're going to go right ear down towards the right shoulder. Again, don't shrug. Keep that shoulder down. Feel a good stretch on the left side of your neck here. 3, 2, 1. Well done. We're going to come back to center. We're going to take our chin, and I want you to turn, twist, and try to look over your right shoulder, as far over that right shoulder as you can go. And just hold. You're imagining that your chin is in alignment with that shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to come back to center. And now we're gonna turn and take our chin as far over our left shoulder as we can. Looking over that shoulder, maybe you can see whatever's behind you. You do the best you can here. 3, 2, 1, well done. We're gonna come back to center. Now I want you to take your chin and drop it down towards your chest. And in this position, try to tuck your chin in as tight to your chest as you can. You should feel a good stretch on the back of your neck. 3, 2, 1, well done. We're gonna come back to center. Now gently draw that chin up towards the ceiling. Feel a good stretch in the front of your neck here. Let your head go back. 3, 2, 1, well done. Come back to center. All right, hopefully your necks feel a little looser. We're gonna start getting some mobility now going with those necks. We're going to do some gentle circles with our heads. Now, if you start to get dizzy with this, you can stop at any point in time, but we're just trying to get as much movement through the neck as we can with what feels good. So, you can decide which direction you want to start with, making circles clockwise or counterclockwise, it's up to you, but just start bringing that head around and drawing those circles. You can close your eyes, keep them open, whatever feels better. But let your head go from shoulder to back to shoulder to chest. Rolling around. And do one more this direction. All right, relax. We're going to switch it up. So now we're going to roll and make circles the other way. And again, you can let your head go as far forward or as far back or off to the side as you feel comfortable with. And if this bothers you, sit this one out. That's okay too. I'll do a couple more. Last one here. All right, and relax. Hopefully that felt pretty good. Again, if you're feeling dizzy at all, totally normal. Sit, relax, readjust. It's okay to pause for a moment. All right. Our next thing I want to get back into is just some more mobility through our legs. And we're going to stay seated for this, and I want to try to work through our hips while we're seated in the chair. So for this one, I want you to bring your leg out in front of you and rest it on the ground, your heel on the ground, your leg is as straight as you can here. What we're going to do is work on some leg swings. So I want you to bring that leg up and now swing it out away from you as far as you can. Come back in, drop it down. So we're going up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Good, everyone. Up, out, in, down. 2 more. Up, out, in, down. Last one. Up, out, in, down. Good. All right, bring that leg in. Do the same thing with the opposite leg. And again, if you start to cramp, or if this feels like it's getting hard, just rest a rep. That's okay too. You do as many as you can in what feels comfortable for you. So we're going to bring that leg up, swinging it out to the side, back in, drop it down. Up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Up, swing it out, back in, down. 2 more. Up, out, in, down. Last one. Up, swing it out, back in, and down. Well done. Whew. All right, we're going to finish now with a little bit of movement and mobility for our spines. So if you have any sort of spinal issues, been told not to do any sort of flexion or anything along those lines, please sit this one out. But if you can and want to work through this range of motion, do the best you can here. First thing that we're going to do is work on our lateral side flexions. So we're going to sit up really tall in our chair and bring our hands out to the side. And from here, we're just going to gently start to bend, side bend over to the right. And coming back to center, now side bending over to the left. to center. Good, so back over to the right. You don't need to touch the floor here. You go as far as what you feel comfortable with. And back to the left. Good, side bend over to the right. Come back to center. And side bend over to the left. Back to center. We're gonna do twice more through, so 4 more total. To the right and to the left. Sitting up tall each time, 1 more through. Over to the right. Good, and now left. Well done. All right, relax for a moment. Hopefully that felt pretty good. We're gonna get some thoracic rotation going next. So for this one, plant your feet really firm on the ground and have your toes as pointed as forward as you can. Right, so if that kind of means you're about here, you don't really have some of this internal rotation, that's okay. You bring those feet as forward as you can. Take your arms, cross them at your chest, and sit up nice and tall in a chair for me. Now from here, take your whole upper body, your entire torso. We're going to sit up tall and turn as far to the right and look as far to the right as you can. When you get to that end point, you're just going to hold. And keep looking over that shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Well done. We're going to come back to center. And now we're going to sit up tall and we're going to turn and go as far to the left with our upper body as we can. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. One more time through here. We sit up tall, turn as far to the right, go as far to the right. Maybe you can get a little bit farther this time. 3, 2, 1. We're going to come back to center. And now we're sitting up tall and we're going to turn and go as far to the left as we can. And again, maybe you get a little bit farther this time. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. All right, last thing for today, everyone. We're going to do some cat-cows to work through our spinal mobility. So right now, I want you sitting up really tall in your chair. I want you to think about your vertebrae being stacked one on top of the other. So you have a nice straight spine, as straight as you can here. Okay, from there, we're going to roll our shoulders forward. We're going to start arching our back. So we're sending the middle of our back. I want you to imagine pushing through your back and you're sending it towards the wall behind you. Really arching it like a cat would. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to come back to center. And you're going to roll your shoulders back. And you're pressing your chest as far forward as you can here. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come back to center. I'm going to turn my chair so you can kind of see it from another vantage point. But again, we're going to run through this one more time on these cat-cows. So we're sitting up really tall to start. We're going to roll our shoulders forward. And you're sending the middle of your back as far to the wall behind you. You're pushing that back out, out, out. Arching it like a cat. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come back to center. And now, final thing, we're rolling those shoulders back. And we're taking our chest as far forward. We're swaying our back here like a cow. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come on back to center. Nice job today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in this mobility exercises. Hopefully now you're feeling a little bit looser walking through the day. And do the best you can to run through these. You know, it's great to get these in a couple times throughout the day if you can. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.